as a lady, right, I became now aware because someone told me that, oh, you can't do music. Not that you can't do it, but there's the dark side of music. I didn't know, and I'm not interested in dark side. I'm just interested in making
And
beautiful
putting your
sound.
music out there.
Yeah. So this person was like, "Oh, this is what's going on. This is what's going on." I didn't really. I mean, I got it, but that's not where I was going into. So I was going to say something. So over the years, I now became aware of what the person was saying. So now to go into like a studio to go and learn, it was very difficult because now I was like,
You are aware of
yeah,
craziness that
yeah.
happens.
So, and again, I'm a lady. You don't just go into any studio because there are mostly guys there. The stuff they do, people smoke, they drink, and you can't put yourself in a compromising situation. So that was one thing that hindered me from going to like a studio to go and properly learn. And I remember there was a time I went to record someone or like make beats. I had to tell someone to follow me, or I can't be telling someone to follow me every time because you have to pay for that person's transport. You're not making money off it yet. So it's pushed me back. But thankfully now things have changed. There are more ladies that are into like production.
Women in the music industry are usually singers and songwriters. What made you choose music production?
So I don't know. I just started off, or I started off more of us out of curiosity because my older sister, she was into music production. So I was much younger. Then she was making beats on FL Studio. So I was watching her. Then when she went to the bathroom, I took over her laptop and I was doing stuff. Then when she came back, I told her that, oh, this is what I made. And she said, oh, yeah, you're getting there. And I said, oh, nice. That when I get my first laptop, the first software I'll download is FL Studio. Then years after, but that was not the first software I downloaded. When I got my laptop, then oh, I remembered, yeah, this software. Then I downloaded it, and I started making rubbish, right? Then someone on Facebook, then Facebook, how people follow you on Facebook. Then I followed this person. He had his bio as a music producer, so I followed him. Or rather, he sent me a request. Then I added him back because we had a mutual friend. Then I told him that, oh, I make beats. He was like, oh, really? I never heard of a female producer. So he was like, I should send my beats. And I didn't know much. So this is how I used to send my beats. I would take my phone. I'll take my phone, tap on record, record the beat, then send it. So it was like, okay, this is okay, but I should like go on YouTube. And I didn't know that YouTube had like,
A great resource for.
yeah. So that was the first encounter I had with YouTube because it's only more of like videos that I knew. So with YouTube, I now searched for. Then he told me about Busy Works Beat, one particular producer that teaches people how to. So I searched for it, and that was the beginning of the short. More than everything I know, everything I know now is like on YouTube aside from music production. So that was how I started. But over the years, because of school, I would dump it, go back, dump it, go back. But I think around 2021 or two, that was when I kind of took it professional because that was when I got paid for the first time. So yeah. I said,
So it
okay.
was until the money came in that
Yeah,
you
then
took
I
it
was like,
seriously.
okay, this
Money
makes
did
sense. Yeah, and it was a lot of money. So like so like $75. So I was like, okay, 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 okay. Yeah, and it was only a skit. Then he was doing skits, so he wanted like a soundtrack. I didn't know what to do. I shall quickly put one or two. Then he bought two of the files, and so since then, yeah. But since then, I've not really been up and doing with production because I keep adding more into my plate. But yeah, thank God, very soon I'll be releasing like some songs with some artists. So yeah.
so what were those challenges that you faced when you started out, and are they still there? And like those challenges, do you still face them, or they are now like on another level when it comes to the challenges?
When I started, right, so I wanted to go further, right, because I was so curious and very excited. So, and when I finished secondary school, I was still waiting for admission. So I was now like trying to go and learn like something, and people were doing internship. I never did internship, so me, I just wanted to learn music. So I started reaching out to music schools, to teach music production, but there's this particular one that said they don't teach females, and
Ah,
yeah, they said they don't. I don't know. I was trying to look for it on my Twitter DM one time. Said it's very. If I mention the name, you'll be shocked.
very popular school.
It's not even a school. The person is a blogger that
Oh,
has a music school or music studio, and they said they don't teach females. So I was like, why? I mean, I was young and naive, so I don't know. I didn't know what was going on. So, but then other people were calling lots of prices like 700K. And I was like, where will I see 700K? I just finished school. And obviously, people at home were not buying the idea of music, right? So, but they told me that, okay, if there's something that is in line with music that I can do, then I said, oh, I'll learn an instrument. And I said, what instrument? And I said, piano. Then I signed up to Muson Center. Unfortunately, I didn't finish it. I mean, it was boring, but I finally got admission and I just abandoned.
it was like watching a paint dry on the wall.
It was so boring. I'm sorry to my teacher, but it was boring. Then, so that was one of the challenges I faced: the cost, the them telling me that females they can't teach females. So and also as a lady, right? I became now aware because someone told me that, oh, you can't do music. Not that you can't do it, but there's the dark side of music. I didn't know, and I'm not interested in dark side. I'm just interested in making
And
beautiful
putting your
sound.
music out there.
Yeah. So this person was like, "Oh, this is what's going on. This is what's going on." I didn't really. I mean, I got it, but that's not where I was going into. So I was going to say something. So over the years, I now became aware of what the person was saying. So now to go into like a studio to go and learn, it was very difficult because now I was like,
You are aware of the
yeah,
craziness that
yeah.
happens.
So, and again, I'm a lady. You don't just go into any studio because there are mostly guys there. The stuff they do, people smoke, they drink, and you can't put yourself in a compromising situation. So that was one thing that hindered me from going to like a studio to go and properly learn. And I remember there was a time I went to record someone or like make beats. I had to tell someone to follow me, or I can't be telling someone to follow me every time because you have to pay for that person's transport. You're not making money off it yet. So it's pushed me back. But thankfully now things have changed. There are more ladies that are into like production. And, I mean, it's still there because it's not like there are not so many ladies compared to like guys. So I mean, over time, there are also platforms are also encouraging more ladies to come and also create a safe space for women to like make beats and everything, because I mean the music industry is very interesting, especially for ladies. So yeah, those are like some of the few challenges that I faced as a producer. So over the years I now started branching into, because I don't like being on the spotlight, so I started now reading about music business, and I also now got very excited about it. Then I started tweeting like um what I was watching. People started talking about a lot of stuff on YouTube. So I started tweeting it. Then there are people that will relate, they will tweet back, follow you. And that was how I started getting people to
I
follow
think that
me.
was how we got to follow each
Yeah,
other.
exactly, exactly. So then there's a particular artist that got interested. Then we started working together, as his A&R. Then even I do project management for the arts. Then I also studied like this, got this MBA scholarship to
Yeah, Godwin
yeah,
talks.
yeah. So that's now like the music
Business
business
side of
side of
things.
it. Yeah. So that's why, I mean, those things kind of discouraged me. Like as a producer, those challenges, and even artists too. When you're dealing with artists, I think there was a time we discussed something
Yeah,
about me having an issue with an
with an
artist.
artist. Yeah.
Then
When
I didn't even know it was being sexist on like the whole conversation was being. It was really somehow
I,
because
I don't know. I think I was the one who said it
yeah,
was being
yeah, so
sexist.
yeah. I didn't even know because when I spoke to you, I spoke to some people. They were like, "Nah, you can't try this with a guy," and I was like, "Wow, I didn't even think of it that way." So like, it really, really discouraged me. I won't even like, it really, really discouraged me from even trying to work with more artists. So I just make beats and just upload on YouTube and just know that, you know what, it's not. There are things that can really discourage someone. But now I'm cool now because I've grown and I've seen the other side, so I know how to like handle
And men,
things.
they.
Yes,
You
yes,
should try anything.
yes, yes. And now, like, I feel like I'm becoming firm. So now you can't do rubbish because me say, we'll show you. So
So,
yeah,
producers are often regarded as second fiddle. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, what do you think is the solution to that? Because, and when you look at it, producers have one of the most important job in the ecosystem.
yeah,
They shape the sound of an artist. They help to break out new stars.
yeah,
So, and they're still regarded as second fiddle, and which
yeah,
is why a lot of producers now want to also, put out songs, want to be
yeah.
artists and all of that. What do you think is the solution to that? Is the solution to producers being regarded as second fiddle and not being taken as important as
Yeah,
they should be taken as?
yeah. So I feel like it goes down to like education. A lot of producers are not educated on like the business side. You know, now people are just focused on, oh, I have the talent and this is what I have to offer. But you forget that that talent is just like people say, like 20%. Then the business side is what carries a lot, because that is how you can actually make money off it. And the Nigerian music scene or industry is not like firm in terms of structure. I mean, people are like educating people, talking more out now. So like it's becoming like, it's becoming firmer, but it's
Lots
not
of
as
master
yeah,
classes and
exactly.
talks and all of that.
Yeah, so people are becoming more aware of what they need to do, right? So I just feel like more producers, especially producers in the industry, need to like speak out the way some artists, for instance, Mr. Easy has some, I think he once had a conference talking about music business, the way Godwin Tom is doing his stuff. So like more people have to like create awareness about or education about the whole business side of music, and even producers themselves should actually go out to learn about this thing, so that you can also like have a say. Because people are always excited about, oh, this artist jumped on my beat, or I'm working with this particular artist, and you forget to follow a certain procedure,
Yes.
right, or protocol.
And then you now say they have cheated you and all of that.
Exactly. And sometimes some artists are not even, they might not people are not good people,
Yeah.
right? So they might not even let you know that this is what you should do. Some people will let you know that, oh, we're going to sign a split sheet, we're going to do this, you're publishing whatever, whatever, whatever. Some people don't even know that they've left money on
On
the
the table.
table,
Yeah.
right? So that's why I feel like, one, producers need to educate themselves. Don't be shy, don't be scared, because there's this, oh, and I don't want to act like I'm too known. No, it's good, because next time they won't treat you like a piece of shit.
They know that they
Yeah,
have to come correct
yeah,
when
they
they're
have to
coming
come
to you.
correct, right? And obviously there are ways you do things. That split sheet is very important. I feel like it's very, very important when you talk about it, and an artist is moving slow, is moving somehow, you already know that
This
this
one.
person is not straightforward, right? So if you say it's a one-time thing, that one-time thing, it might become a hit and you just be looking, you're not earning. They might just give you like
And,
500K
and you are
and say
jumping keke, and then your song that
he's
you
going.
produce
You're
is
just telling people that I made
everywhere.
that beat. Oh
Yes.
yeah, where is the credit? Your name is not even on the credits. So you're just a ghost. They might even give another person the credits.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you're just
For
there.
in my film making career as a writer, I've had experiences like that
Yeah,
where my credit was given to
yeah,
like some other person, not once, not twice. I think it's one of the things that made me leave writing like film for a
yeah.
while. I say, let me just focus on the music part of
Yeah, that's true. Oh, another thing is that, sorry to cut you. Another
yeah,
thing is spotlight. A lot
yeah.
of producers don't get that spotlight. Producers, I don't know, and most producers too are also very introverted, so also don't want to be out. There's just very few now that, even SARS used to be very,
Introverted.
yeah. So I think now you understand that the world is changing in terms of content and everything. So
Put a face to the name.
yeah, or marketing. So you need to put a face to name, like you said. So it's not easy. You can find your niche in terms of how you do your content. You don't necessarily have to do what everybody's doing. You can even just play your beat and be dancing to it, or just sit down. At least there's already a face to the name, right? So spotlighting, there are different ways you can spotlight, but the way artists get spotlights, there's new music Friday, you know this artist is dropping, but you don't know which producer produced that beat. Oh, I've gotten an idea. But anyways.
That's the power of the blueprint.
Yeah, that's true. But you don't know the producer that produced that beat, right? Or which boils down to like the platform that I started.
We would get to that later. But
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, you are also, even though you don't like to admit it, you are also a music executive.
I think so.
You're also a music executive and a very good one at that. So, what are those challenges that you know? We've talked about the challenges you faced as a music producer, but what are those challenges that you faced as a music executive? You know, with artists and all of that. And how did you navigate those challenges?
Well, it's still similar to like knowing stuff, like educate, like producers too who are not aware of certain things. Also similar to working with artists. A lot of artists too just focus on the creative side and leave the business
Business side
side,
of it,
right?
yeah.
And it's not even only business, even artist development, right? A lot of artists don't want, they feel like they don't want to like explore, they also don't want to grow, they feel comfortable in where they are, you know. You're still an upcoming, so you have that liberty to explore different sounds and other
Experiment.
experiments. Them Whiskey and Davido, while they were coming out, they were exploring different sounds. Like if you go back to their catalog, you see them on different kinds of beats, they hopped on different kinds of sounds, they explored because they were still upcoming.
Yeah.
Then now, like Whiskey, now we know his style of music, although now he has switched, but it's still aligns with his style of music. Same as Davido, we know Davido's style of music. Same as Burna Boy and other,
Who I feel is like the most versatile of all.
exactly. So I feel like many artists are not willing to explore. Your fan base is still growing, so give them different sides of you, right? That's one. Work on vocals. A lot of artists, I mean, we have artists that are not vocally strong, but if you watch over time, they would they would change. Yeah, over time they would improve because now they can afford to now
vocal coaches,
yeah,
music
so
instructors.
exactly. So now we are bashing a lot of artists that oh, this person is sounding like this. And part of them, this person sounds like this person is boring. But if this person keeps moving, over time you see the difference.
Yeah.
So that's one, artist development. Also networking. A lot of I feel like a lot of artists don't really network that much because now they're like, oh, music is expensive. Music is actually expensive. But when you network well, right, you offer value. You'll see that you're not even paying so much for certain things, right? You might even see a producer that might be willing to give you probably free beats.
I am a testament.
Yeah.
Biggie and Felamani. Biggie reached out to Felamani on Instagram. He liked the sound and they reached out. They both worked on, there's this songwriting, Akinyemi Law.
Yeah.
They both worked, they were third place.
Yeah, I saw it.
They both worked on the Lost and Waiting EP for Felamani. And of course, there are a lot of songs in the pipeline too. So, and they both reached out to one another on Instagram. So you see, that's
the power of networking.
Yeah.
And before you even network, you have to put your sound out there. There has to be value because
And
things are
Fela
changing.
had to put his sound out there. The sound that somebody heard and said, "Oh, I like this. I love to work with him."
Yeah, you have to just put your sound out there. You have to put something out there for people to. And I understand that, oh, people are working towards perfection, but you cannot start all perfect. Example, we know him, our kid.
Yes.
Our kid
My
is
guy.
yeah. I don't know if our kid has told you. We've come along. I think I started working with our kid when he was about 16 years old or so.
Funny enough, I met our kid before physically.
Really? Yeah. You met him before me.
And you were the one who introduced us.
Exactly. Our kid is somebody that when our kid started, hey God, his vocals were not aligning with the beats. Like if you listen to, I mean,
old songs.
yeah, I think
yes.
Unless that particular song he has removed it, but then his vocals were not aligning with, they were not sitting on the beats,
And
right?
he would send. I remember he would send me. He would he has my voice on some of his songs. He
Mm-hmm.
has intro. He will send me songs and he will tell me, I want you to send it to this music critic. And I'll tell him that if you send it to this person, you will cry. Because
You will cry.
you will cry. Because this
Yeah.
person will
Yeah.
bastardize your song.
Yeah.
You have not done it well, but I know that there's room for improvement.
Improvement. Yeah.
And I will tell you as a friend and as a brother that there's room for improvement. This
Yeah.
person doesn't know you, doesn't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
You want, and then when he sends me the reaction of that person, I said, you see, I told you.
Yeah.
And then I will now say words of encouragement. And
Yeah.
one way or the other, my voice would always find its way to the
Right.
next song.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Like putting your song out there, and oh, back to our kid, right?
Yeah.
So like I remember, I think that was like 2020 or 2021. We're on a call, literally doing vocal training. I don't know if you remember, but I remember we're doing vocal training, how to round your mouth, how to do this, just to like for him to be able to sing according to key, right? Then there was now one song he sent, and I was like, wow, this is good.
Lots of improvement.
Yeah, and over time, he's really like the improvement is
He would always
significant.
send me songs and he would tell me
Yeah,
to listen, and I will listen, and I can, because at least from a particular point I know where it's coming from. And
yeah,
like this is a huge improvement. Like
yeah. Yeah,
this
the
is
improvement
huge.
is significant. You can tell that he's hungry, right? And he's also patient because a lot of people are not patient.
And then there's this thing about him, it's the confidence. I love his
Exactly,
confidence.
exactly.
He's always willing to put out something,
Yeah,
and that
willing to try, willing to learn, willing to put out. He kept like he has a lot of songs, more than a lot of upcoming artists. Like he has songs out there. EP. There was a time he was like he wants to do EP. I was like, oh, okay.
I think I worked on one or two of his
Of his
EP.
EPs, yeah. So EP, even now at a point, he even switched to production. Now he makes his beats. He does mixing and mastering, which is like a lot of
He's
things.
a powerhouse now.
Exactly, and he wouldn't know now until later that this is what he has done, and it's just that hunger, ginger, and also willing to learn and grow, which a lot of artists don't have, and also putting your content out there. You know, some people are like, "Oh, I do this, I do that. Oh, let me listen to your song."
There's nothing to show.
There's nothing to show. How will I even believe you, right? And how will I even know your sound? How will I even like connect with you? Like, is your sound out there is more of like your CV. It doesn't really have to be perfect, but just put then over time you will see improvement. Then you look back and you'll be like, oh, I started from somewhere and look at where I am, right? So yeah, that's one. Networking, putting your content out there, and with time, and just also educating yourself. With time, you see improvement as long as you're willing to be patient. Sorry to I want to add something. Somebody said, I think I saw it on Twitter. In Nigeria, the average age of entry for like a musician is about 18 years old. But even abroad, however, abroad, they're like 30 years old that are still
Even people in their 40s
that are still singing. I
that
don't know why
just
people
that,
are
that are even just coming into the industry.
industry. So I don't know why people are like in a haste to like start to blow. It's the fact that Rema blew at a young age does not mean that it's going to work for you.
I think another thing that affects or that influences that mindset is the economic situation of the country.
Exactly.
A lot of people are
Exactly.
depending on you at home. You just really want to
Yeah, I went home to feed. I left home to
to
feed
feed
home.
off. So you just really
Exactly.
want
Yeah.
to get to the top as quick as
Quick as
possible.
possible. Yeah.
Yes, which brings me to Niger Producers Diary. Did I get it right?
Naij Producers
Okay, it's
Diary.
Naij Producers
Yeah.
Diary.
Instead of
What inspired it?
I think I also shared it with you.
Yes, but I would
Yeah.
like for you to talk about it here now.
Yeah. It's even already a year. I don't know why.
Hey,
Thank you. I
congratulations.
forgot to even post.
Congratulations to all of us.
Thank
Because
you
it's all
very
of
much.
us.
Yeah, definitely. So it's I won't even lie you. I was inside boss. I was coming back from work one time and the idea just popped into my head that actually producers don't get that spotlight. Like you see every Friday there is New Music Friday, there's artist spotlights, but you don't see a lot of producer spotlights, right? So why can't you know like just give this a shot, right? Then on the spot, while I was thinking about it and I came, that was when I sent everything to you that okay, so when I got home, I tried to do like a design for a theme, how the spotlight is going to be and all that. And we started and we've been getting like a like whenever we spotlight a producer, I'm just like Producers, like, aside from that, like, producers don't get that spotlight because you now see their friends now like hailing them, oh this, that, and I'm like, wow, like a lot of producers do not get that spotlight, and that's why Nine producers is there also to educate and encourage people. Yeah, encourage to educate and create awareness about the business side of music. Yeah, the craft, especially the business side, because a lot of people don't know about the business side of music, right? And thankfully, we already have a team. We have a team of like three. Yeah, so it's growing, it's growing, it's growing, it's growing.
Okay. What do you think established and even or upcoming and even established producers should know about the business of production that they don't? Like, what is that thing that you think that it's out there, but a lot of people don't know about it, despite being in that ecosystem?
Hmm. It's out there. I think it boils down to split sheets. A lot of people know about it, but they don't incorporate it. Right? Contracts, understanding licensing. You just giving you can give out beats, but you can make more, like, you can make money from just one single beat, right? So
Life
licensing,
changing money.
yeah, like you can sell one beat to like 20 people for like, and just making money. Some people don't even want to release their beats as exclusive because they're making so much money from just one beat, right? So there's that licensing, understanding sync. I think people don't know much about sync, even though it's not easy to like get, but once you get, you a lot of people don't
Pepper soup.
know. Yes, a lot of people don't know. And also, a lot of people also don't know that it's not only artists that need your beats. It's
Yes.
not just artists,
Brands,
brands too.
bands,
Yeah,
and all of that.
they need beats. Even music, I'm sorry, movie,
Yeah.
soundtrack, I think they call it score or something.
Yeah.
You can do that. So that's another way you can like earn from music production. So a lot
Yeah.
of people don't know that there are different ways you can earn. People are mostly like focused on artist. But while you're still focusing on that artist, try and it also boils down to education. Try and learn more about the other side of earning from music production. So you can pitch your sound to like movies, brands, advertising agencies that would need it to soundtracks for even kids soundtrack, and there's just even skit makers too.
Look
There's
at
just a
this
lot.
this kids thing that you mentioned made me remember this is baby shark. So
Exactly.
how we went global like
It's
that.
the number one. I think that it has about 13 point something billion views, and whoever that made that piece.
So I guess
Yeah,
this same thing goes for artists, because I was
artists.
about
Yeah,
to ask
yeah,
what is that thing that artists should
yeah,
also know that is out there and they
yeah.
don't really know or they don't incorporate into their dealings.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know it. And again, I think it also the way the Nigerian industry is, even a lot of, because this is what people see, right? They see mostly the artist or mainly the artist, and this is what they know. So it all boils again back to education. The more people educate or create awareness about these things, people will not be too focused on one side. In the West, I feel like some people know, so they also pitch themselves as
Things.
other things. Even songwriting, there are producers who can write songs, but they don't know how to sing. You can also pitch that to like maybe artists or even um whatever and
Like
all that.
for instance, Felamani has made a lot of impact as a songwriter than as a performer. Now is that time that we're focusing on the performance
Yeah,
side of his career.
yeah.
But he has really made impact as a songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right with learning to pitch out other
Yeah,
aspects of
diversify
your
your,
yes.
yeah. Even there are some producers who are good with instruments, right? People are using guitars now on their beats. They need saxophonists, they need violinists, they need, like, you can they are,
Talking drummers and all of
yeah,
that.
talking drum. Because I remember there was even this artist that we worked with, and we needed a talking drummer, and we got one. I think he plays for a church. He made his money sweet. it has gone like that. So people, if you know how to play particular instruments, then you can also, you don't necessarily just have to focus on one side. Diversify your portfolio, pitch yourself to people that, oh, you make beats, you some people are going to be recording, mixing, mastering and all that. There's so much you can earn from music production or even being an artist. Just learn the other side or find out the other side and pitch to people. You don't even know necessarily have to pitch to Nigerian brands. You can pitch, to abroad and the international markets too. And yeah, people are making money.
So yeah, have we are almost at the end of the podcast, yeah. So this brings me to the wild card, segment, where I ask like questions on the fly. So the first question is, as a music producer, which label and then which artist would you like to work with as a music producer here and abroad?
Label. I don't know. I like Mavins.
Everybody loves Mavis.
Yeah, Mavins is very structured and yeah, the structure is there. So you know that okay, so they are serious. Plus they have investors too. So you know that they are not going to do this. So you then with artists, I don't think I have a dream artist too. But I would love to produce for Naomi Sharon. She has this she's Canadian. She signed to Drake's label
OVO.
Yeah. I like she has this she's focused more on house. Is it house music or
Yeah.
Afro house? She has this Afro house bounce. Yeah, which I like. So yeah, I think I've tweeted I would love to produce for Naomi Sharon. I would also love to work with Thames, not produce, she's a producer, but work with Thames as an executive.
I was about to ask that. That
Yeah.
was my next question. That as an executive, which artist and which label would you love to work with?
Thames, 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 Thames. I think that's the only person I can think of. Thames. I like Thames. I'm saying Thames, like, yeah, Thames. I feel like we'll connect. I don't know. I just feel like we'll connect.
As an executive, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what exactly, but I feel like we'll connect in
So,
terms of
as an executive, which label here and abroad, which one would you like to work with?
an upcoming label.
Okay.
Yeah, to also
Because you
add.
feel like that is where your impact will be.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to learn from a structured place. Then you now um find an upcoming label and work with them. But I don't know. I just feel like working with starters. Yeah. But Maven. Then
Everybody,
internationally,
my sons came, he talked about bathing.
yeah, because I mean, Maven is very structured. Like when you even go to their studio, you see everything is
I think
like
you've worked in that.
yeah. There's this audio girl program that yeah. Yeah, I was always shocked when they picked me. I'm like, hey, you like my beats? So yeah, we're like 15 ladies that were qualified to like attend the 1 week boot camp. Yeah, boot camp. So we got to experience the Maven. Yeah, it was very chilled. I won't even like Maven is very chilled. Like they are really, really, really structured and organized. Then any international Empire seems like they are welcoming of Africans. So yeah, Empire too. Yeah.
Thank you for very much. Thank you for coming
Thank
on.
you. I really
Gotten to
appreciate.
the end of the podcast.
Thank you.
Big shout out to our sponsors, our supporters, Zali Music and Noad Studios. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe and share to your friends and family and relatives. Thank you very much.
Thank
We will
you.
come your way next episode. Bye.
Bye.